The US Nasdaq 100 stock market index is really the world's leading barometer for the tech industry. There's a lot of key tech stocks in that index, and over 2022 it's had a pretty horrible year really. Hasn't been performing that well, but there's some signs in the charts that things might be about to turn round. So I'm going to dig into the technical analysis to see where it might be heading next. So with that, let's take a look. So straight into the weekly line chart. Now I've used the E-mini futures contracts here. That's ticker NQ1 for the Nasdaq 100, and you can see really from those lows of spring of 2020 that great growth, that great run up of nearly 140%, and then really towards the end of 2021 the price has come off, at one point down just over 20%, but you can see that sort of stabilization around the, call it the 13,000 zone, where it's bounced back up and looking to move on high. Now I've drawn on that pink trend line there, so really anything between the current price and underneath that is sort of no man's land, so it's more risky trade if you're bullish. But once it breaks through there, then to me that's more of a bullish sign, and then we're looking at recent highs again and pushing on into the 16, 17, 18,000s. So if you are bullish the Nasdaq 100, then the 4-line break chart could be your tool for getting back into the upside. It is great for reversals, and here we've got a more aggressive entry around 14,340 and a more conservative one around 14,650. So like I say, if you're looking for a bullish way in, then have a look at the 4-line break chart. So our two indicators at the bottom warming up to be a bit more bullish at the moment. Volume and volatility as well, pretty neutral at the moment, but again moving in the right direction for the bulls. Now the big takeaway from this chart for me is the Fibonacci setup I've got on here. So I've gone from the March lows of 2020 up to the highs, and so that's plotted the numbers, and it's that 61.8% line. Look how many times the price has wanted to bounce back from there. So that to me is a super key area of support for the price at the moment. So below that it becomes very bearish, above it, you know, the bulls are still in control. So that number is roughly around 13,000, so keep a close eye on that sort of area. But at the moment overall in the Heikin Ashi chart, looking like I say weak bullish and a bit more positive. So for the Renko chart, I've used $100 block size. The signals are all looking pretty positive there at the moment, and heading into the price, well, the trend has been pretty flat, but things in the shorter term starting to improve. We can still see that, you know, it's just trying to break up through that 61.8% line there at 14,195. And then potential upside targets, well, for me it's getting through that 15,000 area, and then it's back looking towards the recent highs in the late 16,000s, and then maybe moving on towards 18,000. And to the downside, if it fails at this 61.8% area, then that noise around the mid 13,000s, then the mid 12,000s, and below that the mid 11,000s. But at the moment starting to look like the other charts a bit more bullish than what it has for quite a while. So let's score up the Nasdaq 100 based purely on the technicals. Then I'm going weak bullish. In the top right, a couple of long entry numbers for you. Heikin Ashi chart still pretty much a mixed bag, but like I said, moving in the right direction. The Renko, the shorter term chart, looking a bit more bullish, but again heading in the right direction. Now in terms of targets, some good numbers there for you, with a tight stop for the bullish aggressive trades. That gives us a 4.1 and 5.8 to 1 possible upsides. Bearish downside, also with a reasonably tight stop, 3.4 and 4.66 to 1, so something there for both directions. But at the moment, overall, I'm going to go weak bullish for the Nasdaq 100. What if you want to trade the Nasdaq 100, then how do you do it? Well, you could have your futures account, and if you're not lucky enough to have a futures account, maybe you're in the US, you could trade an ETF. Fortunately, the Nasdaq 100 is very accessible around the rest of the world through CFDs and spread bets, and I'll put some links in the description below for brokers you might want to try out that cover all those range of options. So the Nasdaq 100, is it looking a bit more bullish? Let me know in those comments below where you think it is heading next, and if you want to talk more, dig into the detail, then we run a free traders club on Discord where we can continue that chat and, like I say, get into it and thrash it out. So if you like today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe buttons, and all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.